Hi, friends. Welcome back. And I am just really glad that you're joining me here today. I'm Jody Weitz, and I'm a results and success coach. And my goal is to make your life spectacular. And I'm going to be talking about how to be productive when working from home, because we know when you're productive, your work team, your boss, and even your family will appreciate you more. And that leads to promotions, making more money, and happiness. Now, when the COVID-19 virus hit us in mid-March in 2019, millions of people around the world were forced to work remotely. It's established that about 62% of employees are still working from home, according to a Gallup survey. Well, whether we like it or not, offices are not the new normal. Remote home working is the new normal. So the question you need to ask yourself is, are you able to be as productive and efficient when working at home in comparison to your office space? Well, many professionals like the concept of working from home. It's common for people to feel disconnected from their colleagues and isolated without their team around them. This creates a feeling of isolation, and it's very difficult for them to feel normal. And basically what happens is it leads to distraction, and they're not really that accountable. So what I've done is I've created a whole list of suggestions so you can get the most out of working from home. Now, the first one is really setting up a regular work schedule, because it's easy to be in your home and working your normal schedule, which includes waking up, doing random tasks and chores that didn't include the same things when you were at your office. And without the normal routine of going to your office and maybe starting your email, your patterns tend to break down and you essentially lose your focus. So it's important for you to create a regular schedule that is based around work hours, like in the office. Maintaining a set schedule during remote work reinforces a clear boundary when you're on and off the clock. And it really does send a message to everyone working around you that you are working and you're not to be disturbed, which helps you to concentrate on your work. Now, the next one is to plan your work. And in order to organize your day, you're going to need to make a plan for the day and all the tasks that need to be completed. And this is the best done at the end of the previous day, at the end of each workday, before you go off the clock. And specify details like priority items to be completed, the time it's going to take you, have additional time for meetings or unexpected things, team communications, and again, lots of stuff that pops up in your day. So create time for that. And when you create an outline for each day, you're going to find it's easier to concentrate on achieving the goals. And you'll have a roadmap waiting for you in the morning. And by knowing your to-do list ahead of time, it's going to ease your overall work stress and allow you to be present with your family when transitioning to personal time. The next one, and I'm going to say it over again, over communicate. Over communicate. Because coworkers and managers are working from different locations everywhere, it's really best to put in more effort into keeping connected. This means being more connected than simply checking email in the morning. Let your team know your schedule, including personal breaks and times you'll be needed away from your work, such as monitoring your kids' online classes or working with them on their homework. Find out when you need to be present, because you're going to need to let your other family members know when you're available and when you're not available. You can work with a personal app such as Slack, which keeps you in the loop of your team and the management. So communication really keeps flowing, and it keeps you as close as you can to being connected to the team in your office before this whole thing began. The next suggestion is having a separate work space or home office. Because when you work at home, using a couch, easy chair, or recliner may reduce your productivity levels. Let's face it, spreading papers out on a bed is not the best way for you to keep organized. If you have an extra room, that can be used for an office or an area that's quiet and away from distractions. You're basically going to find that you're going to get way more done. Build a professional environment where creating and thinking is enhanced. Even a desk in your bedroom away from a family designated area can increase your focus and your organization. Now, since most meetings now use video technology such as Zoom, coworkers and customers will be able to see a clean professional environment that you work in, and that is going to build their trust that you are on top of things at home. That's positive. Next is limiting your distractions. There are so many things that can distract us from our work in home. People, pets, family members are just a few of these items that can really degrade our focus. One of the biggest factors now is that many of our school-aged kids are taking classes at home, which adds to the noise and adds to the levels of all-around busyness in the house. It's also beneficial to bring awareness to your time-wasting behaviors. Try these other tips to limit distractions, like setting up expectations with your family members by telling them from this time to this time, this is a do not disturb sign, do not disturb time. You can even use a do not disturb sign. That would be helpful, unless there's emergencies. And if your home office allows, close the door. If it doesn't allow, you have to be out in a busy area, wear earplugs or listen to soothing music with headphones to eliminate the noise. Leave your pets outside your office space. I know they're a wonderful distraction, but not the one you need to keep productive. Turn off your devices so that you can concentrate on one thing at a time. And go ahead and take breaks so that your energy and focus is replenished throughout the day. Use your phone. I know this is a little contradictory to what I just said, but working remotely requires that you communicate with your manager or your team from work. Now, when you're physically apart from your team members, it's really common for more misunderstandings to crop up. Your team is made up of different personalities, different skill levels, experiences, and communication levels. Some coworkers use texting, others like emails. Sometimes the tone or instructions of both of those can really get misconstrued. So when this happens, just make a quick phone call and clear up the confusion from, your side and their side. Long, drawn-out email chains can take up a lot of your time for everyone involved and really may not solve the issue of the misunderstanding. But a quick call can do a lot to ensure good relations with your team members and keep you connected in a more direct and pleasant way. Next suggestion is schedule self-care time. This one is crucial. You're going to need to make sure that you're scheduled in time for self-care in your day. This can include nutritious snacks, exercise, meditation, and fresh air. These activities can help you clear your mind, get your body moving, and release stress. It's also a good idea to take time to chat with other human beings for connection time. If you sit in front of the computer when doing your work, like most of us, it's great to schedule in short breaks throughout that day to avoid the physical stress on your body. Working in the same position hour after hour can really create unhealthy patterns in your muscles and joints. Take a few minutes each hour to stretch and walk in your backyard and stretch your neck, your wrist, your arms, so they don't get overused from using your computer. You can find lots of wrist and neck stretches on YouTube, but be careful and use these wisely. Now, with this self-care routine, it's great because you can do a reset throughout the day, and you're going to find you're more creative and you have energy and focus to bring to your work. And while many people have worked remotely for years, current global health regulations have forced the vast majority of us to work from home. And keeping a set schedule and working in a designated room can really help improve your productivity, as I said earlier. Also, as summary, limiting the distractions and using your phone more often than not to really keep on the same page with your team or boss. And this is important because it doesn't look like, at least now, that working in offices are going to become a normal. So the more you can do to be productive, again, the happier you will be. Thanks so much for listening to this program. I encourage you to email me any questions, any thoughts, any ideas you want to run by me by visiting Jody White's Coaching or Your Spectacular Life.